좋은 아침이에요. 좋은 일요일 아침이에요. 오늘은 좀 추운데 눈도 계속 오고 있고. Welcome to a cold Sunday morning, and this is day 4 of the what I call the Istanbul Blizzard. And you can see how much snow has accumulated so far. Look at the rooftop. You can see it cut off there. That's how thick the snow is. And there's a little seagull standing there in the snow. See how puffy the rooftops are? Okay, this camera is not helping. Camera, okay. See how puffy this is, like a mushroom? That's how puffy this thing is. So rounded. There's that much snow. See, the most beautiful thing to me, the most beautiful thing in the snow is just this, puffy rooftops. Puffy rooftops. That's really the most beautiful thing to see in on snowy days. But according to the forecast, it should all end today, and everything should melt today because right now temperature is like what, 1 or 2 degrees Celsius. So everything should start melting today. And another seagull flying by. And yep, as you can see, the sun is out and a lot of UV. I'm gonna try not to sit there. With all the UV reflecting off the snow into my face. And I just showered. You can see my hair is still wettish. Fetish, wettish. I trim my own hair. I got my nice coffee. So we're just gonna sit here a bit and wait for people to come. Over the past 2 days, nobody came to my live stream. Yeah, quite sad. So past 2 days, my live stream has ended in just 5 minutes. As you can see, I still have my morning flu. I woke up like what, half an hour ago, showered. Usually my morning flu or my morning allergy lasts for like 1 hour. Oh, hello, good morning to all of you. Wow, so many people on. If you're new to my live stream, wondering what this is all about, this is a live stream where every morning here in Istanbul, yes, I've been living in Istanbul. It's been 1 year and 4 months. I show you guys something about Istanbul and then grab a coffee and chit chat about anything and everything about life. It happens at 10:30 a.m. Turkish time, and today is a day 4 of the great Istanbul Blizzard. I came up with the name myself. Okay, been snowing for 4 days, and according to the forecast, it should end today. As you can see, the sky is clearing up. The sun is out, so 2 degrees Celsius out there. So all this snow is gonna melt pretty much by tomorrow. See all the puffy rooftops. Because of this blizzard, I've been staying in like for 4 days so far, and last night was particularly heavy because it was like what? Well, it was like blizzard, and last night you can't see all those buildings over there. Not at all. Like it was all white, like scary white, and the wind was like, and then you get thunder as well. So quite scary last night. But usually it gets worse before it gets better. And after last night, boom, everything starts to clear up. Even the birds are out. Yeah, I have very, very bad morning flu. People from some country call this sinus, but this has nothing to do with your sinuses, okay? This is an allergy. Oh, good morning, Liana. Welcome. Liana from UK. Did you catch my weather update, or do I have to do it again? I finally catch a stream. Finally, there are people on. Finally, there's something to talk about. There's someone to talk to. You know, over the past 2 days, I've ended my stream in like 5 minutes because nobody's on. And nobody comes, then it becomes really stupid to just sit in front of the camera doing nothing. And this is day 4 of the Istanbul Blizzard. I know, like, London is nice and sunny, right? Like what, 15 degrees Celsius? But here, man, it's last night was like -2 degrees Celsius. But today, the according to the forecast, the snow should stop today. I just woke up half an hour ago. Still have my morning flu. Like I say, morning flu has nothing to do with sinuses. A lot of people in some countries, they call this sinus. This has nothing to do with the sinuses. This is a form of allergy. And I'm allergic to a lot of things. Hi, Rihan. Wow, welcome. Wow, oh my God, all my usual viewers are on at last. Diana, yeah, I missed it and was like, no, because I was waiting. Yeah, you sound very congested. Yeah, very. Every morning for about one hour. After 1 hour, it clears up. So it's got nothing to do with your sinuses. Your sinuses is this area here. It's nothing to do with your sinuses. It is a form of allergy, and then your body will overcome the allergy, which is caused pretty much by you waking up and then taking in all the pollens and dust in the air. Basically, it means I'm allergic to life. Rihan, are you stressed? Stressed over what? I have no stress. Stressed over what? Stressed over what, Rihan? Show you guys, after 4 days of snow, boom, the sun is out at last. And you see that puffy thing? I really love it. Like snowy days, what I love about snowy days is really those puffy rooftops. See how puffed up that looks like? Completely like a mushroom. Mushroom rooftops. So beautiful. Quite thick. Actually, it's melting already. You see how thick it was? It's already melting. It's like 2 degrees Celsius. See, even on the streets, it's already starting to melt. Marshmallow houses, yeah. I really love this marshmallow houses. It's really the most beautiful thing to me. The most beautiful thing during snowy days are these marshmallow houses or puffy rooftops, mushroom rooftops, like my hair mushroom. Mario Bros. Wow! Suddenly I don't know the Mario music. You know, my obsession with everything that looks like a mushroom started from Mario Bros. Okay, when I was playing Super Mario Bros. On Nintendo. Wow, those were the days, I would do day and night on a Super Nintendo. Just playing Super Mario Bros. And I never got to the end. All my life I played Super Mario Bros. For so long, okay, back then when I was young, and I never once completed the game. Not once. I could never complete the game. I'll always die, after 3 lives I'll die. And then I'll start again. After 3 lives I'll die, I'll start again. That is 100%, right? Enjoying the process, with you're achieving nothing. Like, not to mention that video game achieves you pretty much nothing in real life. Okay, but not all, unless you're making money from it. But the thing is this, this is a prime example of really just enjoying the process and not caring for the end game or for the reward or the result, not caring for the result. Wow, Whoa, so many likes. Thanks a lot. Thanks for all the likes. Whoa. Whoa. Liana, I'm also allergic to live. Liana, I never completed it. But back in those days, right? You play Mario Bros. Again and again and again. You never ever complete it, but you enjoy it, isn't it? But these days, right, gamers have changed. Gamers want to complete a game, not just complete. Gamers want to what we call 100% a game, meaning you want to unlock everything, you want to discover all the secrets, everything until you do so. And unless the game allow you to do so, they bitch about it. If a game is hard enough that you never reach the end game, they bitch about it, and then they bam, they really like knock its rating down publicly. Yeah, gamers have changed. In our time when we game, we don't care for the result, we don't care for the end game, we don't care for going 100%. We just enjoy the game. And we die, we start again. We die, we start again. Always. Super Mario Bros. What's the other one? The other one I really enjoy this one. This commando guy that you can pop into a mushroom-looking tank. And then Contra Force. These are the games that I never ever complete, but I spend endless hours of fun just playing. 2 life or 3 life. Sometimes you get an extra life and then you die, and then you flush and repeat, and it was fun. Yeah. I think life should be like this, Not caring for the result, not caring for the end game. You just enjoy the process. If you cannot enjoy the process, if you're just caring for the end game, right, or the result, there's no fun. There's no fun, honestly. Oh, Pac-Man. Oh, Pac-Man. Pac-Man was amongst the first game I ever played on a PC. Back in like 286 Pentium 286. 286 wasn't even Pentium, just 286. Yeah, and man, we had so much fun, and I never knew what is supposed to be like completing Pac-Man. I don't know. I never knew. I only know that it's about trying to get more higher and higher score. In today's modern gaming, video gaming terms, right? That's called a roguelike, where you're aiming for higher score. You're making one run after run after run, and eventually you die, you flush, you die, you flush. Most people these days it's called a roguelike, Oh, my morning flu is very bad. Oh, very bad morning flu. Rian, what? Rian never answered my question. He asked me why am I stressed. I'm curious. Stressed about what? Stressed about what? What do you have in mind? Liana, I used to panic getting chased. Oh, when you eat the thing and then the the game turns and then you start running away from the ghost. Right? That's the highlight, man. Chasing the ghost and eating them, right? To me, it's kind of boring. But the moment the ghost turn around and chase you, it's like, whoa! Now we're on. I really enjoyed it. Pac-Man. I still remember the music. Yo, it's amazing. I remember stuff from I remember a lot of things from before in my early childhood. Like 4 years old. That was like what, 4, 5, 6 years old. Yeah, I can't remember when I played Pac-Man. Maybe close to 10 years old. Maybe 10 years old. Maybe close to 10 years old. That's 286 time. Yeah. Yeah, I can remember all these things. I remember all the music. I remember Mario Bros music. I remember Pac-Man music. I remember Sonic the Hedgehog. I can't bring it to mind now. Liana, yeah, it would get the heart rate going. Yeah, it was so fun. It was like, that was the highlight, man. Getting chased by the ghost. But whoever invented Pac-Man is a genius, It's like, how do you come up with something that looks so simple and so iconic, Today's gaming world, I don't see anything close to the iconic style of Pac-Man, like nothing gets close. Like Digimon or Pokemon, it's iconic, but it's too complex. But look at how simplistic the Pac-Man characters, especially the ghost. I really love the ghost design. Just a little puffy thing with like that, and then two really cute eyes, and then there you go. Such amazing design. Oh. I don't know who was the designer of Pac-Man. The guy's a genius. Oh, I was still having this splitting headache. Last night Blizzard. Last night it was snowing so bad, and it was thundering. It was grong, and then the wind was like, so and temperature was very low. So I actually kept waking up in the middle of the night with mucus flowing, and then so I didn't sleep well last night because of the blizzard. So I woke up today with a splitting headache, a morning flu, and generally feeling like dying. I better open the window. I think I'm getting stuffed out. See, I really like this window. How this window opens up this way or this way. It opens up both ways. So, but I don't like to open this way because opening this way, it closes itself. So, I like to open. Okay, boy. I like to open this way, like this, so it doesn't close back up. And for those of you who just joined me, welcome. And this is day 4 of the Istanbul Blizzard. 4 days of continuous stormy snow. And according to the forecast, it should have ended. It should have, but just now in the morning, it looks like this, and then it started snowing again. And it wasn't snowing lightly; it was snowing quite heavily when I just woke up. And I woke up like not more than half an hour ago. See, birds are out. The sun is out, my prime enemy. That's why today I'm not gonna. You see how much sun that is? All this UV is being reflected directly to your face. So today I'm not gonna sit by the window to stream this. I'm not gonna sit by the window at all. It's the best. This is the worst time to be sitting in front of the window. Okay. Liana, do you think it's a possibility it will snow again? Oh, according to the forecast, and I watched the great BBC News. No. What I like about the BBC News weather forecast is they show you the map. They show you where the cloud and the fronts are moving, and from the map, the front is past, so it's not gonna snow again. Yeah, it's like 4 days of very unusual 4 days of snow here in Istanbul. Usually Istanbul do not snow at this time. Do not snow in March. Usually Istanbul we have one snow. Only in January for about 1 week you get snow, and then that's it. This is highly unusual. Like I say, this is like Game of Thrones. Winter is coming. The demonic horde brought the winter. North of the Black Sea. You guys can imagine how close I am to this, how close I am to the Ukrainian crisis right now. I'm literally just, the Ukrainian war is literally just happening in this direction, on the other side of the sea that I'm looking at right now. Very close. If start going nuclear, 100% I'll be affected right here. Of course it won't go nuclear, of course. Liana, that snow looks too thick to walk through. But it's not. It's only thick on the rooftops. But it doesn't accumulate much. You see, on the pathways there's nothing much. On the streets, you don't get. It's not accumulating because of the high temperature. Temperature is about 2 degrees Celsius, so it's not accumulating. Oh, and I'm so grateful. The people are giving that stray dog, that stray dog that always sleeps in that corner. They're giving it blankets and stuff. Look at all the blankets. It's very grateful for these very kind people. But of course, like, the thing is about stray dogs is, even if you would like to bring them into a house, they won't stay. So that's the thing. So this is as much as you can do for them. Liana, thank goodness for the kind people. Yeah. But like stray dogs, like some people ask, oh, why don't that family just take it in? There's two things. Number one, that stray dog has been stray all its life, and it is not yet. It's not like young, so it's very shaggy. It's very smelly. It's very, very wet dog smell. It's nothing you want in your own house, okay? And you can never force a stray dog like this to shower. You can't wash it. You can't wash it. You will not accept and wash it. And it's big and strong. It's gonna fight. So in that way, it's very hard. It's very hard for you to help the stray dogs by bringing them home. It's very hard. They won't allow it. The stray dogs themselves, they won't allow it. So the most we can do is just like give it blankets and stuff. I actually wanted to give it food yesterday, but it wasn't around. Like, honestly, I think that the government and the people here in Istanbul, they treat street cats a lot better than street dogs. Of course, they treat street cats and dogs better than street human beings. They're homeless, but okay, that's another issue altogether. But I think there's too little attention paid to street dogs, and I'm gonna try to do something for street dogs. They probably think humans are dirty. Human are unimaginably dirty. The idea of cleanliness, right? It's a very strange idea. The way we understand cleanliness, right, is really just a human thing. No other animals on this planet think about cleanliness the way we do. Now, we can't say that animals have no sense of cleanliness. They do. Like cats, birds, they wash themselves and stuff like that. Pigeons love to do. Pigeons love hammam. I see pigeons hammam at fountains all the time. Okay, they do. But not to the extreme that human beings do. Like, man, we're trying to make everything too clean. And when you're too clean, you're basically, what you're doing is disconnecting yourself from nature. And when I talk about nature, I'm not talking about trees and mountains, I'm talking about all the bacteria, all the stuff in the air, all the pollens, all the dust, the mud, everything. These are all nature. We disconnect ourselves too far from nature just to be clean. It's kind of ridiculous. It's so ridiculous that, one of the most ridiculous cleanliness idea that I've ever seen from mankind is the idea that when you drop the food on the floor, you can't eat the food anymore. Now, I will understand if you drop it in the middle of a pedestrian walk, because other people have walked that place and they probably spit on the place. Some places, they urinate on the place. So if it drops on that place, so it's ridiculous to eat. But I see a lot of people, when they drop their food on the floor of their home, they throw the food away. What? Like, your home is not that dirty, I don't know, that idea is too far. To me, the idea is bringing it too far. When I was really young, whenever I drop food, and as kids we always drop food, right, when we eat. Whenever I drop food, I will pick it up and I'll eat. I still do. And my wife, thankfully my wife right now, she does that too. So we're all happy. We're all okay with this. But when I was young, whenever I drop food and I bend over to pick it up to eat, my adults will all like stop me and chide me, and sometimes I get this. I don't understand this. I never understood anything of my parental family. They just, to me, behave in very weird ways. Liana, I pick it up and eat it. Yeah, do pick it up and eat it. How that piece of food came to be dropped on your floor through a process that took millions of years. If you trace back the origin of every one piece of food that you're eating, you can trace it all the way back millions of years. This whole chain over the past 1 million years needs to be true, down to the person delivering your food, or the person who set up a mud, the person who placed the food on the shelf for you. Okay, those people, They have to be descended the right way to make sure that one piece of food end up on your table. You know how miraculous that one piece of food is? And just because you are stupid enough and butterfinger enough to drop it on the floor, you think it's no longer edible. What is that, man? If only you start to see the complexity of the miracle of what it takes for every little thing to be right here, right now on your table, that every single piece of food will look like the divine to you. Once you have this deep appreciation of what it takes for that one piece of food to arrive, yeah, and it's not hard to imagine. No, it's so easy. It's so easy to imagine this. I keep playing my hair because you guys are looking at me, but I'm looking at a mirror here. If you order food, yeah, about 1 hour, yeah, you can see my morning flu is clearing up right now. If you order food, okay, two things need to happen. Number one, the guy who bring your delivery, that guy has to be raised and born in that country to that parent. The parents have to know each other, and their parents have to know each other, and their parents have to know each other. Parents. That whole millions of years of descendant result in this one guy delivering your food to you. That guy is a miracle to be showing up at your door. And then that food, if you order like maybe fish and chips, right? Since Liana is from London, we talk about fish and chips. That piece of fish, okay, first of all, the guy cooking the piece of fish has to be born to that father and mother. And their father's mother and father and mother have to meet each other. And the father and mother's father, that's another million years down to the guy who prepared that fish for you. Now we talk about that fish. That one fish has to be caught by the guy, the fisherman. Let's say it's a fisherman, okay? Then the fisherman has to be born to that parent and brought up that way to become a fisherman. And their parents have to meet their parents and meet their parents. And that's another million years. Okay, and then so we have like at least 3 to 4 million lines of millions of years to catch that fish and deliver it to your door. Now we talk about the fish. The fish did not come from empty air. No, the fish grew up from a little guppy into that fish. Okay, and it was born to a certain fish, and the fish had to be born to a certain, and that's another million years. And all these things have to come together, smack at the right point of time in history to turn up at your door and on your dining table. Now you tell me that's not sacred. Don't bullshit. You know, to me, I don't care about what building or what sites is holy, you know. You know what's holy? That piece of food on your table is holy. How it turned up, the miracles that it takes to turn up on your table, that is sacred. Okay, don't tell me what any building is sacred. Don't tell me any like symbol is sacred. No, to me those are bullshit ideas. The most sacred thing that you come in touch with every single day is that one piece of food on the table. Try going without that one piece of food on your table today. And it's life-giving and it's a miracle to have turned up on your dinner, on your plate today. Think about it. Liana, the fish and chips make me laugh. Oh, good morning, Astro Boy. And those of you who just joined me, let's take a look. Today is day 4 of the Istanbul Blizzard. And it's really clearing up a lot. But just now it was very sunny and now it looks like it's going to snow again. Look at that. And it's been 4 straight days of snowing. Today is 2 degrees Celsius. Last night was -2 degrees Celsius. Last night was the worst. Last night was like grong. Yeah, thunder as well. Thunder. Grong. And then you can't see all those buildings. You can't see any of those buildings. Last night was like true blizzard. But today it's all melting. You see that rooftop one? This rooftop here? It's all melted already. Just now it was very thick. Like this blue rooftop was very thick snow. Right now it's all melted, 2 degrees Celsius. Anything above 0, snow just don't accumulate. You can see on the streets, no accumulation of snow either on the sidewalks. You see seagulls on the top of the buildings. And I really love all this marshmallow. The marshmallow rooftops or the puffy rooftops that I call mushroom rooftops. So beautiful. This is what I love to see most during snowy days. All these marshmallow mushroom rooftops, the puffy rooftops. So beautiful. See this rooftop, so puffy. So beautiful and puffy. And then seagulls hanging out. Beautiful. Just now it was very, very sunny. It looks like it's gonna snow again. But according to the forecast, the cold weather front should leave Turkey by today. So this is kind of like it should be the final snow of this season as we go into the 2022 season. And that Shaggy Dog is not around. Shaggy Dog's not around. And I'm still at home. I just woke up though. I woke up about an hour ago, so I'm still having my morning flu, but even my morning flu cleared up quite a lot. I didn't sleep well last night at all. Last night was like so cold, minus 2-3 degrees Celsius, and I turned down my boiler. Ever since the last snow, I turned down my boiler, and it was so cold. So I was like, I had mucus flowing, and I couldn't sleep, and it was so noisy because it was thundering all the time. Grrrong, grrrong. Yeah, so I woke up with a terrible headache. Oh, terrible headache. Well, at least today we have this live stream going on normally right now. Over the past 2 days, nobody was on. Liana, yes, I believe food is sacred. Oh, Shishish! Namaskaram, Shishish from Barata. Shishish, wow, snowing, well, it should be spring now. Yeah, this is very unusual. It should not snow at this time in Istanbul. This year is very unusual. Excuse me, I still have my morning flu, yeah? Just woke up an hour ago. Usually my morning flu clears up in about 1 to 1.5 hours. You clear up. Liana, do they celebrate Easter in Istanbul? I don't think so. I don't think there's no Christian or Nordic festivals here. Easter is Nordic, by the way. Easter is not a Christian thing. You guys know that, right? Or do I have to give you a history lesson? Easter is not a Christian thing. Yeah, Easter is a Nordic thing. It's a West European tradition that is in the honor of one of the old gods. Yeah, Easter is not Christian. Yeah, Easter only became Christian because Constantine said so. In fact, a lot of today what you call Christianity is only because Constantine said so. Okay. Oh, good morning, Kim Teo. Skin looking good today. Thank you. Oh, Mr. Tokokyomi. Wow, all my old guys are back. Where are you guys over the past 2 days? The past 2 days were so boring. I turned on the camera, sit in front of it like an idiot for 5 minutes, and nobody was on. It's like, fuck it. Tokokyomi is an omen. No, it's not an omen, Mr. Tokokyomi. It is. Do you watch Game of Thrones? Is winter is coming. As the demonic hot floods over Europe. You know what I'm talking about, huh? Liana, I just celebrate for the chocolate. To me, Easter made no sense at all. Even though I was like an avid Christian for a very long time, in fact, a Bible scholar for a few years, I never cared for Easter. Because to me, Easter is not Christian. It's nothing Christian. It's nothing to do with Christianity at all. At all. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Tokokyomi. Honestly, I don't even know when Easter is. Somewhere in April, right? Yeah, somewhere in April. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna make myself another coffee. Ah, sometimes I think I should just get an espresso machine for some nice coffee. But since I move around so much, I really don't want to like buy stuff just to leave them behind all the time. My suitcase, I can't carry any more things. I can't add any more things to my belongings. It's too much. If you play Dungeons and Dragons, my inventory space is down to 0, and I need to upgrade my strength. I need a strength +1 strength enchanted item to carry all that stuff. So yeah, instant coffee. This is instant trash. It tastes like charcoal water. This is instant trash. But what to do? It's so amazing how Nescafe instant coffee tastes exactly like if you grind some charcoal into water. That's probably how it tastes like. Liana, I love bunnies and I love chocolate. Yeah. The bunny and the whole bunny thing is the Nordic thing. Yeah. It's a Western European thing. Yeah, it's never a religious thing. Oh, it's a West European tradition that has existed way before Christianity. I really that's why I really hate it. Easter, Christmas, all these things, they are all West European traditions that have existed way before Christianity, and how Constantine hijacked it. Constantine hijacked this whole thing and turned it into Christian. I'm against this idea. So to me, Easter, Christmas, all these things were never meant to be Christianity, anything to do with any religion. It's non-religious. It's been celebrated by Western Europeans for centuries, and not just centuries, thousands of years. It is a good family tradition, and it's a tradition native to the Nordic people. And if you're from that part of the world, it is your culture and tradition. It's a good thing. But making it a religious thing, to me, I'm against. I'm against that idea. As a Bible scholar, I dug deep into the history of Christianity and how all these things came about. That actually, right, I started falling away from modern Christianity after those 2 years of deep study and Bible study and serving in the Sunday school. After I knew the historic origins of everything, I kind of like, oh, so this is what it's about, I hate to say this, but we're living a lie. Yeah. God is real, but the institution itself is largely a lie. So yeah, I'm sorry to say this. No, I'm saying this from a point of view of a real Bible scholar. Okay, of someone who understands the whole bloody history of how modern Christianity came to be. It's not pretty. Liana, a lot of people ain't really religious here, but they celebrate it. Yeah, exactly. Because it's a West European tradition. It's a Nordic tradition that you guys at that part of the world have been celebrating for thousands of years, way before the time of Christ. It's never meant to be anything religious. It was never Christian. Huh? Easter, Christmas, these things was never Christian. It's never anything to do with Christianity until in the year 104, King Constantine, the Roman Emperor, said so. Okay, only that. There's no other things. Liana, I don't care about Christianity. I just want chocolate. A lot of people care. The thing is, I find that a lot of people care without a clear understanding of the history and what it really is. And it's like, I think a lot of people approach Christianity, and in fact, and indeed a lot of religions, right, like a like a high school love affair, where you love this guy or you love this girl, and you really don't know anything about the person. You don't know the history, you don't know their parents, what they do, and you know nothing. But you look at it, it's like, oh, my heart is captured. Like, now I'm in love with this person. It's how I see 90% of people approach religion today with completely no idea of the history or origin of that thing they believe in. Very dangerous. So dangerous. So dangerous. So dangerous. It's so dangerous. I can't tell you enough how dangerous this is. I can't tell you. I can't tell. Maybe I should dye my hair yellow so that I look more like Donald Trump. I can't tell. And the thing is, if you ask me what is the role of God, does God exist? I'm gonna tell you are you guys ready for the cold hard truth about God? What I experienced, what God is, who He is, or her, who it is, and how it works. Are you guys ready for the truth? Are you guys ready for the truth? Why you can pray and nothing ever happens? You pray for a miracle, someone is sick, you pray like hell, they rarely ever recover. You know why? You guys ready for the... I've been withholding this information, because I think people are not ready for this. But today, I'm going to divulge the truth of God. Are you guys ready for that? It's not that there's no God. There's no God is out there already, okay? It's nothing new, right? But there is God. But it's not the way it works. It's not the way the no God or the no God don't exist or the God exists people both are wrong. It doesn't work that way. Are you guys ready for the truth of God? Mr. Tokukyomi, Liana should be like Ferrero Rocher. Liana, I don't really like nuts, but I'm not a fan, but my mom loves it. Ferrero Rocher. Koreans love Rocher so much. But honestly, I don't see the same addiction to Rocher in the Western world as I saw in Asia. Asians love Rocher, but in the Western world, I don't see Rocher. Like in America, Rocher is like another street food. It's like just a common snack. It's nothing premium. Oh, the snow is here again. Whoa. It's snowing very heavily. Just now during the start of my live stream, you can see like during the start of my live stream was very sunny, right? But right now, look at that. You can't see the distance anymore. You see, you can't really see the buildings in the far distance anymore. Those towers there, you can't really see them anymore. Winter is coming again. And it's probably about 3 degrees Celsius right now. See how quickly the snow is melting, especially around there. See, when I just woke up, I posted a photo of how thick the snow was on that canopy over there. But right now, look at that. It's all melted like within an hour. It's crazy. So nobody wants to know the truth about God. So I better don't talk about it. When people don't keep quiet, it means they might be offended by what I'm about to say. So I'm not gonna say anymore. Anything about God is always sensitive. Okay, she's just watching the grey skies making me feel cold. Yo, and it's coming again. Last night I really like the snow just stopped for a little while, and I have to bring up my trash. I had this much trash over 4 days, and I've been tipping my delivery man because I really appreciate that they keep doing the delivery even through this snow. I tip them. Yeah. And yeah, welcome for those of you who just joined me. This is a live stream where every morning here in Istanbul, yes, I live in Istanbul. been here for 1 year and 4 months, and every morning we discover something about Istanbul and then grab a coffee and chit chat about anything and everything about life. It happens 10:30 a.m. Turkish time. If you enjoy my live stream, do help me by clicking like button. Right. And today is 2 or 3 degrees Celsius. It was actually -1 degree Celsius when I first woke up. And this is day 4 of the what I call the Istanbul Blizzard. There's no name for this, so I cooked up my own name just to make it sound sexy. And look at all the puffy rooftops. After 4 days, oh, you can see it's snowing again. Just now, an hour ago, it was like bright sunshine, and right now, look at that. It's snowing again. But you know, interestingly, you can see that the snow is not accumulating. Like on this canopy, just now it was like on this canopy about half a foot of snow, but right now it's all melted, like 100% melted, because right now it's probably like what, 2-3 degrees Celsius. You know, it keeps snowing and it keeps melting away. It's not accumulating on the sidewalks as well either. Oh, the shaggy dog is not there, but a cat took its place. Cat took the place of the shaggy dog. Oh, can you see the snow? You guys see the snow? Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Santa Claus tried clawing into that chimney over there. You have to go on a serious diet in order to do so. I don't wanna see you get stuck in that chimney. Oh, now the sun is gone and the snow is back. I'm gonna sit by the window again. Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. It's still really hard to see both me and what's outside together. Yeah? Liana, yeah, they're hardworking. What's hardworking? We're sitting at 1 degree and trees have started blooming here. Oh, 1 degree Celsius where you are right now? Shishish? 18 degrees. Yeah, like what? 1 degree Celsius anywhere in oh, but in the Himalayas, yes. In the Himalayas, yes, 1 degree Celsius. In Kailash, oh, Kailash is cold. Yeah, so those of you who like have this stereotypical idea that India is always hot, it's not so. Yeah, it's not so. If you go north towards the Himalayas, the Kailash area is very cold. Wow, look at the snow. You can see the snow already, isn't it? Look at that. And seagulls in the air. And it's a Sunday. Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna have to order takeout again today. You know, just now when I first woke up and it was all sunny, I was thinking like, oh, today is the day I could just go out, maybe even bring you guys out for a walk in the snow. But I honestly half suspect that the snow is gonna just come back again, and it did. It's actually quite heavy, huh? The flakes are very huge. Like last night was actually really heavy. Last night was like that kind of snow. Mr. Tokyomi, have Limpeh ever seen cats on rooftops? Of course I have, a lot. Cats like are everywhere. Shish. It's the best time of the year, Liana. Everything looks so alive and pretty. Liana, I can't see the snow falling. You can see? Look at that. It's very obvious. There. Son Cho, hi. How come it's snowing in March? Yeah, I call this. It's actually really weird. Okay, it should not snow in March in Istanbul. Istanbul typically snows only once a year in January. This year is actually really weird. There's a cold front going across Europe. Winter is coming because evil has come to Europe. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Game of Thrones, you fools. I'm not talking about current affairs. And it's very heavy. It's not just snowing. It's actually blizzard. Like last night was like blizzard style of snow for the past 4 days. So I call this the Istanbul Blizzard. You see the skies have grayed over. You can't see the buildings in the distance anymore. But I really love all these puffy looking rooftops. This is what I love to see most on snowy days. Marshmallow rooftops, so puffy, so delicious looking. Look at that chimney. That chimney literally looks like a mushroom. The rounded top. So beautiful, yeah. But the snow is melting very quickly because when I woke up, this canopy here, it was like it had like half a foot of snow on that canopy alone, and it's all melted within like what 1 hour. So if you compare my live stream today, we've compared the beginning part of the live stream, and now you literally see this part melting off. When I just started this live stream, this part was actually really thick with snow, but look at it right now. It's pretty much all melted off. Liana, now the snow is heavier. Shish. Not just in Himalayas, in all high altitude regions it snows. At my place, highest temperature goes to 50 degrees Celsius, well, minus 5 degrees in winter, and it snows and I live in central India. Oh, yeah, so, stereotype thinking about a lot of countries, you really don't know until you're there, Liana, it wasn't heavy at the time I wrote my comment. Liana, I need to Google Indian snow because it sounds interesting. Yeah, a lot of people think India never snows, India is a huge place. I can't call it a huge country. But I would call it a huge region. India is a huge region, all kinds of, especially if you go further north to Pakistan and place like this. Okay, I'm sorry, Anna. Regardless of the geopolitical bullshit, to me, Pakistan and India is one people. Okay, yeah. You remove the political drama, they're one people. Okay. Soncho, looks like our climate is really going haywire. Yeah. Actually, I don't think that right now, a lot of people are saying that we're at the tipping point of climate change. To me, honestly, what I think about climate change is this. It's got nothing to do with your carbon emissions and stuff like that. It is a natural cycle of the earth. One very disturbing thing that scientists has discovered in the Arctic, okay, is this. The scientists, they dug deep into the Arctic, and it through the earth that comes out, they can see layers of history, okay, a very ancient history of the earth. And you know what? What they discovered is this, that the world goes through, the weather on earth goes through cycles. Very good weather to very bad, ending in the cataclysm, and then back again and up. There has been 5 cataclysms through the history of the earth, which means what? End of the world is not a one-time thing, and it's not caused by anything human do or not do. It is a natural occurrence of the world. And so this is, last year some of you asked me about the end of the world, right? I haven't talked much about it, but the end of the world is just this, the earth goes through cycles of habitable and uninhabitable cycles. When it's going through a habitable cycle, life on this planet flourishes until it hits a peak. Okay, weather starts to change dramatically, and then a cataclysm will happen. Cataclysm meaning it's like end of the world. The whole earth just go haywire. Okay, like the whole thing will flood over and stuff like that, just like the biblical flood. Yeah, and then it will start again. You reset. All the what remaining life will reset, and then you go through the next cycle. we are very likely very close to another cataclysm cycle, and a lot of scientists are saying the same thing because they look at the permafrost of the Arctic. It shows 5 cataclysms on Earth before, so the world has ended 5 times at least because they didn't go deep enough. At least, to me, it's probably not just 5 times. If you go deep enough, you're gonna see more. So the world has ended at least 5 times over the past million years or so. Okay, so if you extrapolate it, you can roughly tell when the next end of the world cataclysm is gonna happen. And to me, we're seeing that effect right now. It is nothing to do with your carbon emissions. It's nothing to do with what you do or not do. It is just Earth going through a normal cycle. Everything is cyclical. Liana, well, I can't say it never snows, but I know it's definitely really hot in summer. Yeah. Like when I was in India, in the Cochin area, it was like 45 degrees Celsius. Crazy. Liana, shish. North states get huge inches of snow, like 15 feet. Wow. While lower states get little snow, like 1 or 2 feet. That's the major difference. Also, lower states don't get lower than minus 10 degrees. Yeah. And while northern states get as low as minus 30 degrees. Yeah, true. Liana, when is the best time to visit India for people who suffer in really hot conditions? Because I get nosebleed if it gets too hot. Nobody has anything to say about my climate change logic here. So basically what I'm saying is this. Enjoy while it lasts, man. And understand that none of this has anything to do with what we do. The world, Earth, just goes through cycles like this. Earth just goes through cycles of changing climate and ending in a cataclysm. And it has been so, and it will always be so. And it's a healthy thing, you know. If there's no cataclysm and there's no reset of life on this planet would have died off a long time ago. So guys, end of the world is real. It has been happening, and understand that end of the world is not end of Earth. End of the world is Earth purging the individual worlds in our mind from time to time, so as to keep life going on this planet. So beautiful, so serene. I could really just sit here and just watch the snow for a long time. Liana, I think end of the world is scary for people. Why? Why is that so? This is another thing. This is another thing I'm always curious about people, you know, about human. Why are you guys afraid of death? Share with me. Why are people so afraid of death that to them that is normal? It's almost normal and a given to assume everybody is afraid of death, that everybody's afraid of the end of the world. Well, why? But why? Why is dying scary? Shish. This is the best time, Liana, springtime. You can visit in autumn, but it still rains occasionally in autumn. So if mud isn't an issue for you, spring and autumn is the best. Liana, because you worry it will happen while you're alive. It's okay. If it happens while you're alive, you die. So in the end of the day, people are not scared of the end of the world. People are scared of the end of their world. You're afraid of the end of this world, your individual world, not this earth. I can tell you, if end of world is coming and God gives you a deal, okay, I will destroy everybody but you. So many people accept that thing. What? They don't care if the world is dead. They only care if their world exists. So in the end of the day, people are only afraid of dying. They're not afraid of the end of the world. They're afraid of dying. When dying is not a big deal. Dying is nothing big deal, you know. It's just death of an identity. You die every night, you know. You know, the old Christians, they pray before they sleep. You know why? Because sleep is literally death. You literally die to the world when you sleep. There's no guarantee you're gonna wake up, and you just drift off into nothingness in your sleep, and that's death. That's all it is, and it's the same experience when you die, honestly. And so you die every night. I don't think like human beings are well rehearsed in the art of dying. So once you understand this, right, then you realize that dying is no big deal. Then nothing holds you back, you know. When you're not afraid to die, you're not afraid to live. And in fact, if you absolutely cannot afford to die, you cannot afford to live. If you absolutely 100% you cannot afford to die today, you cannot even cross the street, you know, because crossing the street, there's about 1 to 4% chance you get knocked down and killed by a car. If you cannot afford to die, you cannot afford to live. If you cannot afford to lose, you cannot afford to win. If you cannot afford to take risk, you cannot afford to win, you know. So until mankind gets over this bullshit fear of dying, of death, you will never live a full and unlimited life. I can't tell you enough how many people live very restricted life structures because they believe, it's just a belief, it's not even real. They believe that outside of that structure, they would die. They could not survive. Cannot survive, meaning what? You die. Okay? And because of this illusionary idea that outside the structure you would die, people keep themselves in very tight social structures and very limited lives all their life. That's not living. That's not life at all. That's not living. Kim Teo, scared dying horribly. Oh, Kim Teo, horribly or not, you just die. The experience is the same. Yeah. For those of you watching and wondering, oh, what is dude talking about dying? You died before? The shit, huh? Yeah, I died before. Okay, in the spring of 2016 in Korea. I don't want to go through that anymore. I don't want to talk about that anymore. So I know how it feels. Liana, yes, I think people are worried about themselves. Yeah, it's all about that little, small, irrelevant, and insignificant little ego in the head. Every day, the big things are happening in the world, the miracles of how this world works, but people are just concerned about their little things, you know, like it's the most important thing in the world. Shish, it's only beautiful because you're sitting inside. Every time it snows and I'm outside, yeah, so why go outside? It's always a choice. But then, of course, like I always say, you know, I really pity those who have been out there to go to school or go to work when it snows heavy. Yeah, and I deeply appreciate the delivery man who brings my food. Okay, without them working in the snow, I won't get food over the past 4 days. But then that doesn't mean that my life hangs on that. Even without delivery, I'll live fine. I'll brave the snow from time to time, get some groceries, cook at home. I could do that, you know. Making do, you know, a lot of people ask me, you know, what's my superpower? If there's one thing about me that I regard as my superpower, it's my ability to make do. I can make do with anything. I can make do with any condition, however harsh. A lot of people look at me like, it's just a soft little boy, you know, what do you know about suffering? Oh my goodness, you know. I spent 7 years in the military and 7 years in the harshest units of the military, the hellholes of the military. I know suffering. I know the kind of suffering you will never know. I know the kind of suffering you've never experienced in your life. You know? I know suffering enough that from time to time, you feel like biting your own tongue off. But still, you can't do that, you know, you have to survive. I know that kind of thing. I've seen friends fall beside me. I have friends dying. I've seen more death than most people would in 100 lifetimes. Okay? So don't bullshit me. Don't tell me I don't know anything about suffering. You know? I have so much story to tell only because of how much I've been through. Okay? You can never be a keyboard warrior and then be able to sit in front of people and be able to talk stuff like that. You need to be out there. That's why I keep saying, no. If there's one thing, if I turn spiritual teacher one day, there's my core message is always this: stop reading about life, stop watching videos about life. Really go out there and experience it. Go out there and get yourself into trouble. Go out there and suffer. Whatever it is, go through the process of life, and then you have a story to tell. If you are suffering averse, you will never experience life. If you're risk averse, you will never invest and you will never make money. Yeah. Similarly, if you're suffering averse to suffering, then you will never experience life in its full and totality in total, and you will never have the rights to sit here in front of people and tell stories. Mr. Tokukyomi, I always thought end of the world ends with a big world explosion. No. According to research, the end of the world is typically marked with flooding. The biblical flooding has happened 5 times before, scientifically. The world typically ends in a flood. And in fact, recent human memory, we all remember the last flood. All cultures and all religions around the world talked about the last flood, which is about 15,000 years ago. The 10 to 15,000 years ago, there was a worldwide cataclysmic flood that killed pretty much 90% of the living things on earth, right? And that was recorded in the Bible. It was recorded in folk stories, all in every culture. Even the Miaozhu in China, they in their history text, there is recording of this flood as well. So it's not a Christian thing. It is a recording of actual history of the residual memory of the last cataclysm. It's always like that. And today, when we talk about climate change, people are talking about floods as well. Flash floods. Look at Australia right now. Flash floods. In the end, the world will end again in a flood. Yeah, and then after the flood recedes, life will restart. So of course, my heart goes out to those people in Australia right now. You guys going through a very hard time, and it's a national emergency in Australia right now because of the floods. And it's all part of what is to come. Oh, and snow's getting really heavy. All of a sudden. Whoa. 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 This is day 4 of the Istanbul Blizzard. I came up with this name myself. Yeah? If you research for Istanbul Blizzard, if you Google for Istanbul Blizzard, pretty much nothing will come out. And my morning flu is clearing up right now. Liana, wow, I don't want to imagine how cold it is. Oh no, it's not really cold. It's about 2 degrees Celsius. It's not very cold. Last night was like minus 2 degrees Celsius. Right now it's probably about 2 or 3 degrees Celsius. That's why the snow is not accumulating. In fact, the snow is all melting. You can hear the pigeons. And then the seagulls. You guys want to hear seagull? Like hyenas. To me, seagulls sound like hyenas. That's a seagull for you. Sounds like hyenas. And indeed, seagulls to me behave like hyenas. They scavenge for food, and they fight for other people. They fight against other birds and other animals to scavenge for food. So To me, seagulls are the hyenas of the sky, you know. They sound like hyenas and they behave like hyenas. Liana sound like monkey. No, monkeys not like that. Monkeys. That's monkey. Oh, monkeys don't. When do you have to show me a video of a laughing monkey? I've never seen monkey laugh. Never in real life. And I've seen a lot of monkeys. And when monkeys laugh, they don't. I've seen monkeys laugh like this. Okay, let me show you how monkeys laugh. Oh. That's how monkeys laugh. Kim Teo, that monkeys sound like zombies. Zombies have no sound. Zombies don't make sounds. Zombie is incapable of vocalizing anything. You know? How come you guys think zombies make certain kind of sound? Well, zombies make no sound, you know? And the fact that zombies are not supposed to be breathing. So when there's no air, there's no airflow, there's no sound. Whatever sound you make is a result of expunging air. If you are a zombie and you're not breathing, that's simply impossible to make any sounds. Liana, your impression makes me laugh. I'm not in the job of making you laugh, Liana. But you know, from time to time, I do have like the idea of doing a stand-up comedy one day. You know, I think I have a lot of jokes to tell. I have very cynical jokes to tell. Kim Teo, zombie movies, they all got it wrong. Zombies, number one, if you don't breathe, if there's no expunging of air, there's simply no sound. You can't even do this. Try doing this, and then put your hand in front. There's air coming out. Try doing that. Try making that sound without air coming out. It's impossible. So all the zombie movies are all so nonsense, you know. Unless zombies are not dead, but they're living. If they're living, that is another story. Okay, then they're not zombies. Yeah. If they're living and they're behaving in weird ways, in fantasy you call that the possessed. They're not zombies. But then again, you know, zombies is not a fantasy thing. Okay, zombie is real life. And if you go to some parts of Africa, there are zombie trades. There are people who make and sell zombies. Basically, mindless people who just work a manual job. They don't talk. They have no idea, no thinking of their own. This zombie trades is big in Africa. It's an actual thing. They poison these people over time with a certain kind of drug, and after that they became incapable of speech, incapable of intelligent thought, and they are nothing more than like meat machines, flesh machines, or slaves. And this is still big in Africa. It's still a thing. Zombie is a thing, and of course those people are alive. But even though they are alive, they don't make sounds like. They don't, because in order to make that kind of sound, there must be an intent behind the sound. Yes. Now try to make that sound without an intent. You can't. You have to intend the sound. And those guys, those zombie guys, they're all brain dead. Literally brain dead. They have no intent, and they don't. Therefore, the real life living zombies of the world don't even make that weird sound. It doesn't. I don't know why like movies get zombies wrong so much. I know I'm not fun. Okay, I rationalize and scientific and make a science out of everything. Yeah, I know I'm not fun because of that. I have no fantasies about anything. I look at everything from a very scientific point of view, and that to me is spirituality. Spirituality is the hard science of reality. Spirituality is not hocus pocus. The more spiritual you are, the more hardcore realistic you become. You start to see things as it is and only as it is. As you become more and more spiritual. And in order to see things as it is, and when you see things as it is, you start to see the nature of the thing. And you become very scientific about it because you start to see the history, the origin, the nature of that thing. Liana is good for conversation. Different perspective. But when it comes to zombies, this is the right perspective. When it comes to zombies, vampires, how all these things work, here I have the right, the truth is with me. Okay, there's no other truth about zombies and vampires and stuff like that than what I have to share. I don't expect you to agree, but know that mine is the absolute truth. Wow, the snow is becoming very strong right now. Okay. Very heavy right now. Not strong, very heavy. 눈 너무 심해. 오늘도 집에서 먹어야 되네. 와, 이렇게 세질 줄 몰랐어. 김티오, when you do meditate, how deep do you breathe in? Kim Teo, when you really meditate, you don't care about it. You don't care about your breathing and you pretty much forget your breathing. Yeah. When you're really meditating. Like Kim Teo, just go to my playlist on Story World and follow my meditation system. You'll find that it has nothing to do with your breathing at all. The more you care about it, the more you're doing it wrong. Okay, unless you're doing a kriya. You only care about breathing when you're doing a kriya, and kriyas are not meditations. When you're really meditating, you will forget your breathing. Okay, the fact that you still care about your breathing means you're doing it completely wrong. And I strongly advise against doing random meditation. Okay, it can be very damaging. So I highly recommend that if you want a very safe and proven meditation system, go to my channel, search for Story World, and really follow my 5-step Story World meditation system. It's very safe and it produces awesome results. It's nothing to do with how you breathe. Liana, you did evil villain laugh. Kim Teo, I mean breathing in and out. Yeah, when you're really meditating, you don't care about your breathing in and out and how you're breathing in and out. Okay. So Kim Teo, just follow my system. You keep asking me a lot of very random ways of doing all these things, which is very dangerous. You have no systematic way. When in my channel I present you my 5-step complete systematic way, just follow my way. I'm telling you, just follow my way and you will see results. Huh? Liana, yes, some guy was talking to his friends about meditation and was saying deep breathing, and I couldn't help but intervene and tell him it's incorrect. Yeah, it's incorrect. When you care about breathing, it's not meditation anymore. When you care about breathing, it's qigong or kriya. It's not meditation. It's energy exercise. Okay, everybody lump all these things under one title of meditation. It's very wrong. We have to be very specific. When you're sitting there closing your eyes, there's 2 things you can do. Number 1, you can be doing an energy exercise or qigong or kriya. Okay, meaning you're consciously exercising your energy through your breath. That's not meditation. That's a form of exercise. Okay. Second, you're meditating, meaning you are bringing your senses away from your story world, away from your thoughts into the real world. That's meditation. Huh? And therefore, because your thought is into the real world and not inside your body, you don't care about how all these things work. You allow your body to just ease. And therefore, your body functions fall into natural alignment. That's where all the health benefits come from. Okay? That's meditation. So you need to be very specific. You need to be very clear. Are you doing an energy exercise or are you meditating? But today's modern world, sadly, everything is just called meditation. It's very, very dangerous. If you cannot differentiate, if you can't distinguish between doing an energy exercise or meditation, it can be very dangerous. Liana, just some young white British guy, I told him what you said. Yeah. Kim Teo Pranayama. Yeah, Pranayama, Kriya, Qigong, they're all the same thing. Okay? They are what I call energy exercise. And it's not meditation, it's a form of exercise. What I call a physically inactive exercise. But you're doing you're doing a lot of things physically. A lot. That's why you see in Kung Fu fantasies, they can sit there and then they say they're practicing martial art, but all they do is just sit there and then they're sweating, just sitting there, yeah? Because it's a form of kriya, you're actually doing a lot of exercise internally. That's why you can sweat doing qigong or pranayama, just sitting there, you know. So you have to be very, very clear what you're doing. Today's world, people do not differentiate between meditation and energy exercise, and that is very dangerous. You think you're meditating, but you're actually doing a form of exercise. You think you're doing a form of exercise, but you're merely meditating. Okay? Mr. Tokokyomi, blending into the environment. Yes, going into the real world, putting all your senses into the real world is meditating. Putting all your senses into the story world is hallucinating. Okay? Liana, he thought meditation, you do thinking. Yeah, doing thinking is a form of exercise. It's a form of kriya. Liana, that was on the underground. Liana, I thought this guy shouldn't be teaching people. 99% of the gurus in all fields out there, they're all fake. Investment gurus, fake. Spiritual gurus, fake. Yoga qigong gurus, fake. Martial art masters, fake. I mean, sadly, you know, this is the age of fakes, you know. So you know, how to find the real masters? You don't find them. Real masters don't advertise themselves. Because why? Because they're so good at doing what they do, they don't need other people to know about it. Yeah. And so it's incredibly hard to find real Kung Fu masters, real Qigong masters, real meditation, spiritual masters. It's incredibly hard to find because when you're, in fact, master traders is it's incredibly hard to find because people like that, they make their own money, they're happy. They don't care about other people knowing. They don't want people to know. It's same like spiritual masters. They're happy and at peace with their achievement. They don't want people to know. Even some of them, they can fly. They fly secretly. They don't let you see. Yeah, they don't want people to know they can fly. You know. And yes, some people can fly. I mean, some people say, okay, now this guy's going into hocus pocus. It's not, no. I've seen people actually fly. Right? I can't fly though, huh? I can't fly. And I'm not willing to put in the kind of lifestyle and commitment to be able to fly because I don't need to fly. Liana, normally I don't interfere with private conversation, but he was like so loud and he bothered me. He's selling false information. Yeah. Mr. Tokokyomi, yes, Meng Sheng Fada. I don't know what that means. Fade Chat. What do you mean, Mr. Tokokyomi? I don't understand that line. Liana, this guy only in his 20s. See, all these young chaps, I'm sorry, you know, like, I'm not anti-young, but I see a lot of young chaps out there teaching people stuff like they have been doing something for half a century, when they have only really done it for like a year or two, and they start to want to teach people about it. To me, that's just outright scam, yeah. The accumulation of real life experience in your field of endeavor is an inevitable part of becoming a master, and therefore, if you're too young to be, there is such thing as too young to be a master. I'm sorry, right? Because the facts say so. The facts is that There is no shortcut around the real life accumulation experience in your field or endeavor. And therefore, if you're young and you're not something for long enough, you can never delude yourself into thinking that you can be out there teaching people about it. I'm sorry. Kim Teo, yes, there's a difference. Some say focus on the spot between the eyebrow, blah blah blah. All these are kriyas. Focusing here and there, doing that kind of breathing is pranayama. It's not meditation. So Kim Teo, you have to be very specific. I keep saying, but I don't think you get the point. The point is, Kim Teo, are you trying to do an energy exercise or are you trying to meditate? First, you have to get this clear. Are you interested in doing an energy exercise or meditation? You have to first be very clear. You seem to be mixing everything up. It's very dangerous. Jesslyn Ong, oh hi, welcome to my live stream. Hi, why do you leave Seoul to move to? I didn't leave Seoul to move to Istanbul. I don't want to go through all the history. Seoul is at least 3 to 4 lifetimes ago. Between Seoul and Istanbul, I've lived in many other countries and I've done a lot of other things that if you have been following me on my social media and my YouTube, you will know. I don't go give a full account of my history. Between Seoul and right now is a long time ago to me. It's many lifetimes ago. Mr. Toko Kyomi, keep quiet and what? Keep quiet and what? Oh. Liana, they're too young to even experience life. Yeah. I see, like on YouTube, like some young guys trying to say they're professional traders, giving investment advice, when they are too young to have been through even one market cycle. You've never even been through one full market cycle, which takes about 10 to 13 years. Who are you to say that you are a pro? Who are you to say you know that you can survive those times? It's just nonsense. I've been through 2 market cycles. To today say, daring and be able to sit in front of people saying that I'm a professional investor. I've been through 2 full market cycles. This will be the 3rd market cycle. Yeah. Kim Teo, it's a guided meditation system. See, the thing is this, Kim Teo, is very dangerous because what people call guided meditation session, they don't know what they are talking about. When you talk about guided meditation system, again, you can be doing a meditation or you can be doing a kriya or an energy system. You have to be very clear. Are you doing a meditation or are you doing a energy exercise? Kim Teo, this is the first thing you have to sort out. You are blinded by labels, you are blinded by stereotypical classifications created by people who don't understand what they're talking about. Meaning you're so into guided meditation when that session, they don't even know the difference between an energy work or meditation. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. It's a huge difference between a kriya and a sunya. If you don't understand the difference between a kriya and a shunya, you have no business randomly doing this thing. It's very dangerous, okay? Kim Teo, over the past few months that I've observed the way you share your thoughts with me, I find that you're in a very dangerous position because you're trying to do this, do that, without a clear idea of what, number one, what you want, number two, what you're doing. It's very dangerous. That's why I keep saying, Kim Teo, throw away all the garbage that you're doing right now. Just go to my channel, look for Story World, and just start doing my 5 steps meditation. If you just do that, you will see result. And it's safe. And I can guarantee it's safe and I can guarantee results. Just do that. Don't mess around anymore. Quit messing around, Kim Teo, and do something solid. And my 5 steps meditation system is solid. It's solid, it's proven, it's safe, it produces results. So what are you doing fucking around other kind of things randomly? It's very dangerous. Okay? Because Kim Teo, you don't know what you want. And number 2, you don't know how to get it. It's very dangerous. Mr. Tokokyomi is to sell courses. Yeah, people, all these fake gurus, they sell courses. Okay? Mr. Tokokyomi, apparently there will still be people to buy the courses. Yeah, because there are people who wants to know There are people who want to learn, but they don't know any real masters in the world, in any field or endeavor. It's sad to say that real masters are outside of most people's reach in all fields and endeavor, from spirituality to investment to trading to options trading. Real masters are out of your reach. The only people you can pay to learn, they're not masters, but it's still better than nothing. Oh? At least you have an idea what that thing is, but don't expect the person to be a master. The person is not. Anybody you can pay to learn from is not a master. Real masters are out of reach and out of most people's reach. You have to be in very specific situations. Wow, the snow is, wow, look at the snow. Wow. Wow, it's kind of a blizzard. You see that rooftop is becoming white again. The canopy just now, it was fully melted and it was blue in color. Look at that, it's all white again. So fast. Wow. Is the dog back? Is the dog? Oh no, the dog is not back. Whoa, it's very, very heavy. You can't see any buildings in the distance anymore. Wow. Look at that. Whoa. Whoa. Very heavy. Whoa. Liana, yes, it's very easy to misguide people. Yeah. But the thing is, people are misguided because they don't know what they want and they don't know how to get it. They don't know the roadmap to get. Number one, they don't even know what they want. That's the fundamental problem. The second thing is, even if they know what they want, they don't know the map to getting there. That's the problem. And therefore, they fall prey to all kinds of scams. But you see, end of the day, right? Greatness in any field or endeavor, there's only one secret. And I became this good in options trading, in trading, through this one thing only. There's no replacement for this one thing. It's not that I learned from a master. I never learned from a master, you know. There's only one way to get good. You know what? Time. You have to pump in 10, 20 years in whatever you're doing to get good. There's no shortcut. There's no shortcut. Okay? Even if you learn directly from me, you're still gonna have to pump in at least 10 years to hone the skill and the mindset and the experience to put that into work the way I can. You know, there is no shortcut to experience, to real experience in any field and endeavor. In any field and endeavor, experience trumps anything else. There's no masters, even in the field of spirituality. Even in spirituality, a lot of spiritual masters have a lot of students, but how many of them actually become enlightened? Of course, you know, like when you talk about Buddhism, you talk about the 500 Arhat, the first 500 disciples of Buddha. They claim to all be enlightened, but right now, in later day Buddhism, we are more of the thinking that even the 500 Arhat, they are not truly enlightened. They've achieved a certain level of spiritual understanding and spiritual attainment, yeah, but they're not enlightened. And their personal, especially Ananda or Anand. Anand is the personal attendant of Buddha himself, and he was supposedly the last of the 500 to be enlightened. And of course, right now, with very deep spiritual understanding in the world today, we know that none of the 500 are enlightened in the first place. So even if you know a real master, you're not going to be able to become that person. You're not going to be able to achieve it without putting in that kind of time. Buddha put in the time, man. Oh, Buddha put in the kind of time nobody will. And he put in the kind of thing nobody will. And so just following Buddha around is not going to help you become Buddha. That's why the thing is, for me, right, if you really want to get good at something, more than learning from that guy who has it, learn what he did to become it and try to do the same. Like if you want to be a good options trader like me, rather than learn options trading from me, learn how I became so good and do the same. If you want to be enlightened, don't listen to sutras. Learn how that guy become enlightened and go do the same. Learn how Buddha become enlightened and go do the same. Not just listening to what he says. You want to be saved? Learn what Jesus did rather than religiously trying to follow what he said. You want to be Jesus? Do what he did. Do 40 days out in the desert. Who can do that? All of these spiritual masters, they went through incredible levels of suffering in order to break through that false illusion in the head, There's no shortcut. You just sit there day and night listening to what they say, you go nowhere. The works is what matters. If you really want to get good at something, rather than learning from the person who has it, learn how that person got to that place in the first place. And then be daring enough to do the same. I don't know, most people will not. That's the problem. If you want to say, if some people ask me, what does it take to get this good at options trading the way you are? I would say 20 years of options trading. If you want to do it in 2 years, it's impossible. Even if you know the exact techniques and strategies, you still lack the experience to be able to execute it in the way that I can. There's no replacement. You need to go through everything I've been through to get to this point. It's not a knowledge thing, In this world, knowledge is overrated. Experience is the real thing. Knowledge is way overrated. You want to be Buddha? Stop memorizing and reciting his sutra. Start understanding what he did and what he went through to be Buddha and go do the same. Buddha suffered so much that at one point he stood in a river and decided he could not take one more step. He was dying from hunger and dehydration, and he just decided to die. If you push yourself to that point, you become Buddha. Jesus spent 40 days and nights in the desert with no food, no drink, to push himself to the limit, become hallucinatory, before he reaches his full enlightenment. There's no shortcut, Sitting there endlessly every day listening to what Buddha says, every day reciting what Buddha said, every day reciting what Jesus said, does nothing for you. You want to be that? You do what they did. There's no shortcut. Yeah, that's why, a lot of people ask me, how do I find a real master in this, real master in that? Right now, I'm thinking, honestly, there's no point in looking for these masters. Just research what they did to become the master and go do the same. That's all you have to do. Yeah. There might be specific techniques here and there that they discovered that you can learn without putting in the works, yes. But those techniques, you will still need that level of time and experience in order to execute in the way that he can. That's why even in Kung Fu, in martial arts, in the end of the day, the most powerful martial art is one punch. It's not, all kinds of fanciful techniques, The more in martial arts, the more fanciful the technique, the least effective it is. In the end of the day, right, all martial arts masters talk about one punch. That's it. It's everything in one punch. It's the simplest thing. Yeah. And there's nothing, anybody can do that one punch. But if you did not have that 20 or 30 years of training behind that one punch, your one punch is different from his one punch. So you can learn the technique, you can learn the technique one punch, but your one punch will never be the same as the one punch from the master. You see? So what's the difference? The difference is not technique, there's nothing he can teach you. It's understanding what that guy did to get to this point. What that guy did, you need to do the same if you want to be that, and there's no shortcut. In any field or endeavor, there is no shortcut. Liana, people are very impatient. People give up a lot before achieving result. Yeah, that's the problem. That's why, like I made a video, right, in my success series. I said, there's just one secret to success. It's just one simple secret to success. If you've not watched that video, go watch it. It's called One Simple Secret to Success. And the simple secret is simply just keep doing what you do for 5 to 10 years. And most people were like, "Wow, that's a long time." I'm sorry, 5 to 10 years to me is a very short time. 5 years is a very short time. 10 years to me is a reasonable time. Oh. Yeah, and also I think people don't like to take risks because they worry they wasted their time if they don't get the result they want. Yeah, they kind of fear, they kind of result mongering will get you nowhere. Like I said, like I shared in the beginning of today's live stream about playing Mario Bros, right? Playing Pac-Man. When we played Pac-Man and Mario Bros, we didn't care about the result. We will never complete the game. We know there's no way we can complete the game. It's so hard. Yeah. But we keep playing. Why? Because it's fun. We focus on the process, not the result. If right from the start I know I'm not gonna be able to complete Mario Bros or Pac-Man, and because of that I don't play, then I will have missed out. Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's the thing about life. Mr. Tokukyomi, Liana, even you don't get results, you get experience. Yeah, actually, in the end of the day, right, results is bullshit. No, experience is all it matters. Oh, Joe, you like Bruce Lee? Yeah, everybody loves Bruce Lee. Liana, I know that, Mr. Tokukyomi, but many people don't think that way. Yeah. So yeah, 1 hour 40 minutes gonna have to end here, because if I don't end, really, 2 hours of live stream affects the rest of my day a lot. Yeah, and good conversations and good sharing today. At last, some good chit chat. I've been missing you guys for the past 2 days, and thanks a lot for being on today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Annyeong. Have a good weekend. Have a good rest of your weekend.